Hello mathematicians, here is the video for the second review sheet for Unit 4. Number 1 is a time problem. We're going to show it with a number line and with a subtraction problem. Carrie needs to arrive at the race at 9:30, and they're asking what time does she need to wake up. I could jump back 30 minutes, then jump back 10 minutes, then jump back 25 minutes, and I'll get the right answer. But I think I'm going to add those three numbers together. And I get 65 minutes. And I know that 65 minutes is an hour and 5 minutes. So I'm going to jump back an hour, which of course is 60 minutes. So jumping back 1 hour puts me at 8:30. But then I need to jump back another 5 minutes. And 5 minutes before 8:30 is 8:25. And there's our answer. I can also do this problem by subtracting. So 9:30 minus an hour and 5 minutes. 65 minutes is an hour and 5 minutes. And I don't have to do any regrouping because I can do 30 minus 5. 30 minus 5 is 25. 9 minus 1 is 8. 8:25. Number 2. May ran the race in a little over an hour. Anne ran the race in a little under an hour. So Anne was faster. The lower time is faster. By how much is where I need to find the difference between the two. So I'm going to do it with a number line and with a subtraction problem. So start at that lower time and jump up to the higher time. And that will tell you the difference between the two. There are so many ways that you can jump. So if you have a way that makes more sense to you, go for it. But we should end up with the same answer at the end. I'm going to add 4 minutes because 58 plus 4 is 62, and 62 is an hour and 2 minutes. So I'm going to add 4 minutes, which is 62 minutes, or 1 hour, 2 minutes, and then 16 seconds. So what I did is I took this plus 4 minutes, and I got 62 minutes and 16 seconds, or 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 16 seconds. But I need to jump up to 49 seconds. So between 16 to jump up to 49, I could do a really quick subtraction problem. And it looks like I need to jump up another 33 seconds. If I jump up another 33 seconds, that puts me at an hour, 2 minutes, and 16 seconds plus 33 seconds is 49 seconds, which was May's time. So to figure out the difference between the two, you look at your jumps and add those together. 4 minutes, 33 seconds is the answer. I can also do this by subtracting. I'm going to start at the higher time and subtract the lower time. And I should get the same answer. Okay, I don't have to do any regrouping yet because I can do 49 minus 16. When I look at the minutes, you cannot do 2 minutes time minus 58 minutes. You can't do 2 minus 58. So I'm going to take an hour and break it into 60 minutes. Remember, in time, 60 is the most powerful number. So take that hour, which is 60 minutes, add it to the 2 minutes that are already there, and I'm at 62. And I know that 62 minus 58 is 4. 4 minutes and 33 seconds. Number 3, Rachel ran a 10K, a 20K, and a 24K. How many meters is that? A 24K is 24,000 meters. There are 1,000 meters in a kilometer. A 20K is 20,000 meters. And a 10K is 10,000 meters. So make them all into meters and add them together. That would be a 54K, or 54,000 meters. Number 4, Leo drank 900 milliliters of water before the race, 400 milliliters of water during the race, and 1 liter of water after the race. How many milliliters? The problem with this is that they're not all in milliliters. 2 of them are, but 1 of them is not. So you need to make 1 of them into milliliters so it matches the others. I know that 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters plus 900 plus 400. So I'm adding all 3 numbers together. I just had to change 1 liter to 1,000 milliliters first. 2,300 milliliters. Okay, moving on to page 2. The planners of the race want to provide a 250-gram protein bar for each runner at the end of the race. One of the packages they bought weighed 5 kilograms. The first thing to think is 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. 2 kilograms is 2,000 grams. 3 is 3,000. 4 is 4,000. 5 is 5,000. This question is asking, how many groups of 250 can you make? How many 250s are in 1,000? Think of quarters. Think how many 25s are in $1. There's 4 of them. There are 4 250s in 1,000. So the bottom row is counting by 4, because for every 1,000 grams, that's 4 250 groups. So we're really dividing by 250, or you can think, how many 250s can I make? Well, out of 1,000, you can make 4 250s. And so we're counting by 4 each time. So 2,000 would be another 4, which is 8. Just like that. So if we look at our question, our answer is right in the table. How many 250-gram protein bars, how many 250 groups of 250 can we get out of a 5-kilogram package? The answer is right there, 20 of them. Number 6, fill in the table. Sometimes you have to write it as a number, sometimes you have to write it as a word, and sometimes you have to write it in expanded form. All right, 721,000. $433. An expanded form is the value of each digit, which is really the number followed by all zeros. That's the value of each. A 7 in the 100,000s place is worth 700,000. A 2 in the 10,000s place is worth 20,000. A 1 in the thousands place is worth 1,000. A 4 in the hundreds place is worth 400. A 3 in the tens place is worth 30. And a 3 in the ones place is worth 3. And if we were to add all of those together, it would equal 721,433. That second row, it's written in words. I'm going to write it as in the standard form first. I think that'll make expanded easier. 822. I know how to write that. Remember when you see the word thousand, that's where the comma is. So we're doing chunk by chunk. And then 670. I can write that. All right, expanded form is the value of each digit. The 8 in the 100,000s place is worth 800,000. A 2 in the 10,000s place is worth 20,000. A 2 in the thousands place is worth 2,000. A 6 in the hundreds place is worth 600. 7 in the tens place is worth 70. And there's nothing in the ones place, so I can end right there. And the last row, again, I think I'm going to start by writing it in standard form, which I think will make writing it in words easier. The largest number goes up to the 100,000s. So some kids find this very helpful, and they can just fill in the blanks. I see a 4 in the 100,000s place, a 5 in the 10,000s place, a 6 in the thousands place, a 7 in the hundreds, an 8 in the tens, and a 9 in the ones, giving us an answer of 456,000. $789. The last one on the page, we are rounding the same number to different things. So the first time we're rounding to the nearest 100. To figure out what to do, we look at the digit that comes after. It's a 3. A 3 tells us to keep it the same. So I'm going to keep that 4 a 4, make everything else a 0. The second time, we're going to round to the nearest 1,000. So we look at what comes after, and it's a 4. A 4 also tells us to keep it the same. So keep that 1 a 1, make everything after the thousands place a 0. And the last one, we're going to round to the nearest 10,000. Look at what comes after it, and it's a 1. And that also tells us to keep it the same. Keep that 2 a 2, make everything after it a 0. Moving on to page 3, fill in the blank, less than, greater than, or equal to. 98,445, 98,544. I really just need to compare this part. 544 is bigger. And the last one, they both go up to the 100,000s place, but one of them is in the 200,000s, one of them is only in the 100,000. So 218,400 is bigger. All right, go ahead and add and subtract in the next two problems. And remember, with videos, it's really great to pause it, do it yourself, then check your answer. And the subtraction section, remember the most powerful number in math is 10. Can't do 0 minus 8, can't take away from nothing, can't take away from nothing. So come on over to the thousands place. And 1,000 is the same as 10 hundredths. Take one of my hundreds, which is the same as 10 tens. Take one of my tens, which is the same as 10 ones. Now I can subtract. 10 minus 8 is 2. 9 minus 8 is 1. 9 minus 7 is 2. 0 minus 6, I can't do that. So I'm going to take one of my 10,000s and add 10 to the thousands place. Now I can do it. 10 minus 6 is 4. Okay, the one in the middle, I can't do 1 minus 7. So I'm going to take one away, break it up into 10 little pieces, add it to the one that's already there, make it an 11. Oftentimes kids write a 10. 11 minus 7, I'm going to subtract as soon as I'm able to, is a 4. I can't do 0 minus 3, so I'm going to take my 100 and break it up into 10 tens. 10 minus 3 is 7. I can't do 0 minus 8, so I'm going to take one of my thousands, break it up into 10 little pieces. 10 minus 8 is 2. I can't do 3 minus 8, so take one of my 10,000s, break it into 10 little pieces. 13 minus 8 is 5. 2 minus 2 is 0. And the last one, 2 minus 5 I can't do, can't take away from 0. So I'm going to take one of my hundreds, break it up into 10 tens, take one of my tens, break it up into 10 ones, add it to the 2 that are already there. I can't do 5 minus 7, so take one of my thousands, break it up into 10 hundredths, add it to the 5 that are already there. I can't do 4 minus 9, so take one of my 10 thousands, break it up into 10 thousands, add it to the 4 that are already there. There we go. Number 11, most of the work is done. I just need to fill in some of the blanks. So the first one is addition. The second one is subtraction. 6 plus 5 is 11. Carry the 1. 1 plus 7 plus 1 is 9. Nothing to carry. 3 plus 9 is 12. The 2 is down. 1 goes up. 1 plus 6 plus 5 is 12. 2 goes down. 1 goes up. 1 plus 8 is 9 plus 2 more is 11. We're good. The second one is subtraction. Let's do this to focus on the right column. You cannot do 2 minus 5, so you take 1 away. So to make this into a 1, which makes the 2 into a 12. 12 minus 5 is 7. I can't do 1 minus 3, so I took 1 away from here to make this an 11. 11 minus 3 is 8. I can't do 1 minus 4, so I made this into a 4. To make this into an 11. 11 minus 4 is 7. I can't do 4 minus 7, so I took 1 away to make this a 14. 14 minus 7 is 7. Okay, on to the last page. Janelle and Sarah were practicing for their track season. Janelle ran 25,540 meters. Sarah ran 48,985 meters. How many meters did they run in all? In all just means add. And the fact that they're both already shown as meters means I can just add the two numbers. $74,525. And number 13, Luke and Lucy competed in a bicycle race. Luke biked 7 kilometers. Lucy biked 5,326 meters. How much farther did Luke bike than Lucy? So how much farther is something than something else is a subtraction problem. However, on this one, I need to make them both into meters before I can subtract. I know that 7 kilometers or 7 kilometers is 7,000 meters. Now I can subtract. Can't do 0 minus 6, can't take away from nothing, can't take away from nothing, so I'm going to take one of my thousands, which is 10 hundredths, take one of my hundreds, which is 10 tens, take one of my tens, which is 10 ones. Now I can subtract. 1,674. And number 14, I'm going to make a line plot. Remember, a line plot is with X's. Each piece of data is shown with an X. It looks like how many puppies each dog had. So dog A had 3 puppies, dog B had 2 puppies, dog C had 2 puppies, dog D had 5 puppies, dog E had 2 puppies, dog F had 1 puppy. These numbers are pretty small, so making our line plot should be pretty easy. Our smallest number is 1. Our biggest number is 5. So we could start at 1, end at 5. Halfway between 1 and 5 would be 3. Halfway between 1 and 3 is 2. Halfway between 3 and 5 is 4. So cutting things in half is a nice way to make them nice and even. Now I'm going to put an X on my line plot for each piece of data. Dog A had 3 puppies. Dog B, 2 puppies. Dog C, 2 puppies. Dog D, 5 puppies. Dog E, 2 puppies. And dog F, 1 puppy. And now I'm going to answer the questions. Think maximum, which is the largest piece of data, the largest number. In this case, the largest amount of puppies was 5 puppies. Think minimum, which is the smallest piece of data. So you have to look where an X is, right? There has to be a piece of data there. And the smallest piece of data is the number 1. The range, think Home on the range where the max and the minimum play, which is the difference between the max and the min. So 5 minus 1 is 4. That means the difference between the dog that had the most puppies and the dog that had the least puppies is a difference of 4 puppies. Mode, most, mode, most. The mode is the most popular number, the most frequent number, the number with the most x's, and in this case it's quite easy to see that 2 was our mode. Here are the answers for page 1. Page 2. Page 3. And page 4. All right, really focus on the questions that gave you a bit of a hard time, and I will see you in class.